Hi everyone, today I want to talk about the hydrological versus geomorphic drivers of trend inflow hazard. We all know flooding is a major hazard to lives and infrastructure, but trends inflow hazards are poorly understood. The capacity of river channels to cover flood flows is typically assumed to be fixed. So changes in flood frequency are thought to be driven primarily by trends in stream flow. This research have developed new methods for separately quantifying how trends in both stream flow and channel capacity have affected flood frequency. Economic loss due to flooding has increased and flood hazards are expected to grow as climate change. So, how flood hazard may change over time and what drives these changes? Flooding occurs wherever river discharge from the upstream basin exceeds the local channel capacity at a flood stage. Flood hazard can be amplified either by an increase in frequency of high flows or by a reduction in channel capacity. The frequency of high flows can shift in response to basin-wide climate changes and changes inland over that affect rainfall generation. On the other hand, channel capacity can evolve due to the bed degradation. Reductions in channel capacity amplify flood hazard even if the flow frequency distribution does not change. In further risk analysis, channel capacity has generally been assumed to be constant over management time scales and trends in flood frequency have been assumed to be driven primarily by changes stream flow. Previous studies have used an approach termed specific guide analysis to inform the effects of channel capacity trends on flood hazard by observation the trends in water level associated with a reference discharge over time. However, this analysis has not been possible to separate trends in canal capacity from trends in frequency of high flows and to compare their effects on flood headed frequency over decade and continental scales. Here, we present new methods for measuring long terms in canal capacity of gauge the rivers and for quantifying how these trends affect flood frequency. The new methods are based on ideas that at a river cross-section, the flood hazard frequency can be altered by changes in either canal capacity or flood frequency. These two parts of flood hazard can be separated and quantified by holding one part constant while observation shift in the other, as explained below. First, we measure the flow frequency effect as the trend in flow hazard frequency that would arise from shifts in the flow frequency distribution if channel capacity will hold a constant. Secondly, we measure the channel capacity effect as a trend in flow hazard frequency that would arise from the observed shifts in channel capacity if the flow frequency distribution was held constant. Then evaluate the frequency of each system value of channel capacity within the historical flow frequency distribution. Both the channel capacity and the flow frequency effects was assessed at the same float-headed series heard, namely flow stage. So the total change in float-headed frequency is the sum of the channel capacity and the flow frequency effect at each state. Now, flow frequency effect typically dominated the discussion about trends in float-headed, but this research results suggest that channel capacity trends are important contributors that may add to the float risks independently from stream flow trends and even in the absence of climate change. This is an important finding. Let people pay more attention to the channel capacity. Trends in the flow frequency and the channel capacity have important effect on float-headed frequency. In particular, in some cases, they may act each other to deteriorate the frequency extent and the duration of floating. The new research challenges the extending paradigm of float frequency analysis and channel design to be able to predict flows more accurately and reduce the frequency of flow through channel design. But this research also has some weaknesses. Firstly, channel capacity is a dominant influence on float-headed trends in many locations, so it is a good idea to optimize the channel design. But some channel topography is complex. The design cost may be very high. Secondly, channel capacity is not easy to change. Channel effects should trend to offset the flow frequency effects on float-headed frequency rather than reform them. However, channel capacity trends do not respond in a simple way to answer repogenic stream flow modification. Thirdly, the total increase in flow-headed is primarily driven by flow frequency trends, but channel capacity may also be a dominant influence on flow-headed trend in many locations. Generally speaking, accurate predicting float-headed for either float insurance or river management requires quantifying future trends in both flow frequency and channel capacity. Yeah, that's all. Thanks for listening.